Breaking news coming out of Carolina. The Panthers have agreed in terms of a contract with one of the biggest safeties on the market, Tre'Von Moehrig, from formerly the Las Vegas Raiders. This is a big time deal. If you've been following the channel, I did my free agent preview. Moehrig is one of my top choices on the board. So I'm super excited that the Panthers agreed to this 3 years, $51 million contract, a hefty contract. If you do the math like me, it's just funny because as soon as I see these deals, I automatically go to my calculator on my phone just to see what the average is. So the average is $17 million per year for Tre'Von Moehrig. Very healthy contract. And the Panthers, you got to kind of pay to play. When you're not a great team, you have to pay that trash tax, and that's exactly what they did. $17 million per year for Tre'Von Moehrig is equivalent to about fifth highest average per year out of the safety position so far. There's a couple other big fish out there like Javon Holland, who I'm rumored that the Panthers still could be in on, will be getting a big deal. He's probably the top safety on the board, but the Panthers, they get their pound of flesh in the secondary with Tre'Von Moehrig. I'm really excited about this. This guy was drafted in the second round out of TCU, and this dude, he brings a lot of versatility to the table, everything that we need in the safety in the system that we run with the Jiro Evero. When I did my free agent preview, I talked about how much of an upgrade we needed to, not just because the only safety on the roster was Damani Richardson, the undrafted free agent, but also for the fact that last year, the free agent picks we signed and Jordan Fuller gave up a perfect passer rating in coverage. Now, of course, we had to upgrade from there. He will not be coming back, but I love Tre'Von Moehrig's versatility. Early on in his career, he lined up at that deep safety, but as his career kind of went on, he went into some different systems. He started lining up closer to the line of scrimmage. He went from lining up at deep safety 96% of the time as a rookie down to this past season at only 49.6% of the time. Bringing him up closer to the line of scrimmage just got him involved more in the game and just closer to the action, because this guy was very busy. He had 12 pressures and 10 passes defense in 2024. He was only one of 4 players to have that in his arsenal, along with Jalen Ramsey, Brian Branch, and Cam Hayward. So he's able to get pressures, of course, blitzing off the edge or up the middle, as you can see from these clips, but also he's good in pass coverage, being able to break up passes and just being disruptive. I love this from a mentality standpoint because you get some attitude back there in the secondary. You get some instincts. Like I said, we needed communication big time because we had a lot of blown coverages. We needed some toughness back there. We covered that with Moehrig here, and just a guy that can be that tone setter for us and make plays on the ball, as you see with those 10 pass breakups. And he had 2 interceptions this year as well. Man, I love this pick. Y'all can hear me kind of raving over it because this is just something that I think in a Jiro Evero system is very crucial. We're not going to pick up any kind of safeties that don't have the versatility to be that deep safety, but also play closer to the line of scrimmage. And so this guy can be that anchor spot and a good starting point. I do expect us to draft a safety still in April at the draft, but this is a good way to have a mix of vets and young players to put with Damani Richardson and whoever we pick up, even if we do pick up some more in free agency as well. If you look at some of the coverage grades and some of the analytics, according to PFF, he was 9th in yards per snap with being amongst safeties and covering the slot. So I remember I mentioned that perfect passer rate by Jordan Fuller, a little bit better by Moehrig. Moehrig, like I said, he did get credit for a good amount of touchdowns this year, but I'll go back to the film personally and see that, and just to kind of see how they was it really his fault? Was it miscommunication? How those numbers break down? But I still feel way better about his coverage compared to what we have last year. And so, like I said, with him playing closer to the line of scrimmage now, he was 7th in run defense grade amongst safeties, and he was 5th in total stops among safeties. So just a guy that's very active, fills up the stat sheet, can cover tight ends. He can play that edge or play the slot receiver. He could be that force defender to come and fill the alley. We need better tackling as well. With a big part of stopping the run in this system is to have that safety to fill down in the box and fill down in that alley whenever running backs cut back. That's something that we were lacking last year. Tre'Von Moehrig is just what the doctor ordered in terms of getting better in that standpoint. I just really can't. I can't brag enough about what this guy is going to bring to us, and I'm super excited about this. The Panthers, again, like I said, they're not done making moves out there, but this is a good way to start. I know there's been some other stuff that's gone on that I'll talk about in other videos that the Panthers might have missed on, but this is a big hit. He seemed to be one of their big targets, and the Panthers continue to spend money today. They spent money on J.C. Horn earlier. Now they've added to the secondary towards the middle of the field with Tre'Von Moehrig. So we're building this team, man. We're building this defense up. The quest on to try to get this defense back to a respectable manner, because we know that we had the worst defense last year. There's no secret to that. And so we have to get better stopping the run in the trenches, of course, which we're kind of targeting at, but we also need to get better in that secondary, and we did with Tre'Von Moehrig. I think this is big time. Like I said, you have to pay that trash tax sometimes, so $17 million is pretty healthy, but when you spend that much money, hopefully it works out like it did last year when the Panthers overpaid for Robert Hunt and Damian Lewis. All we did was become a top 10 offensive line, and Robert Hunt made the Pro Bowl. So these contracts typically turn out to look good when they end up being Pro Bowlers. So the Panthers aren't going to spend a bunch of money everywhere, but the guys that they target, they're going to really zero in and try to pay a premium to get them. So I'm excited about what they've done so far. Let's keep it building, man. I'm on top of everything that's coming through, so make sure you are subscribed to the channel if you're new here. I'm Aaron Duncan. I'm on top of all this stuff. I promise you, you're not going to get the content anywhere else like you do here, man. I love covering this stuff. This is like the Super Bowl for content creators right now, man. So we're getting in it. We're in the thick of it. Exciting. We're only one day into the tampering period, so there's still a lot more to go, still a lot more work to do. I appreciate you guys watching. Give the video a thumbs up if you have not. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.